I'll kind of tell you a little bit how I got introduced into the money game, is what I like to call it. I've always been fascinated about money. I'm a spender. So I enjoy the whole concept of having nice things and doing things for family and just living life to the fullest. But as you mature, as you get older, then you realize you can't just spend and not have some repercussions behind that. And I think what happens is a lot of times people aren't educated to some basic concepts. And so that's what kind of intrigued me. And actually a friend of mine who played pro ball, made millions of dollars, got into a situation, had been making lots of money, was out of the league, accustomed to living a certain lifestyle, ended up having to file bankruptcy, downsizing, all of that. So my thing was, when I make my millions, I'm going to keep mine. Okay. And I want to make sure I teach other people.
And if you're accumulating some wealth, you can kind of live a nice lifestyle, but you're not using all your income to support your debt. Right. A portion of the income is going towards wealth accumulation and wealth building. And I think that's what separates the millionaires and the real wealthy people from those people. We got people that are making $100,000, $200,000 and they still living their paycheck away from being homeless.
Absolutely. And I'm surprised by that. A lot of times I go into these homes, beautiful cars, just the picture perfect, you know, of what you think the American dream is. But here in America, you kind of learn about it in your 30s, going through your first divorce, how money works. But you go into these houses and we're spenders as opposed to savers. And a very wise man told me, you never upgrade, you always live below your means, because you never know. Life happens. Right. It just does. So it's important to accumulate the wealth, but it's also important to be able to pass down a legacy. And that's what I'm about, is creating generational wealth. Okay. Generational wealth is important.
Because some of the people that you work with, they may not be very optimistic. Right. And one thing I learned, please don't touch their remote. Think about years ago, your parents wanted to retire after working 40 years, and they always say people work 40 hours a week for 40 years and try to retire on 70% of the 100% that they couldn't live on when they were working. Right. And some people have to continue to work. Work is good. I think everybody is hardwired for work, but oftentimes people get locked into jobs that they really don't like, so they're highly motivated to retire.
Right, right. And I am running into that big time there. I don't know if many people know about it, but we're among the baby boomers. And there are trillions of dollars passing hands. And so many baby boomers, like you said, have been taught to come in and work hard. And then these jobs, these companies are going to pay them these great pensions, but nobody sat down and told them and planned out for them how they wanted to live their lives.
Are you sure you didn't make an error? Because I thought people that were in the baby boomers were the people that were born in the like the 50s and the 60s, and you said we. Yeah. Weren't you born in like in the late 70s?
Yeah, see? Okay. That's why I'm
but
here.
You work with so
but
many.
But I work with the
so
baby
you threw
boomers.
yourself in. I said, wait a minute now.
Well, because for me it's we, because I'm in a mission and crusade to help and save families, because so many have worked really, really hard. Like you said, we're hardwired for work, and so that's what people are doing, is working hard. And
one thing that I want to talk about, and I know a lot of people don't think about it because they think they have youth on their side, but we had an unfortunate situation happen in the Chicagoland area through a bank robbery. A young man with 2 children, 23 years old. Now you got 2 children and a wife left behind. And when we talk about insurance, it was years ago you just get enough to bury somebody. But those 2 children and that wife need enough money to live in a lifestyle that they've been accustomed to over the next probably 20 years.
At least. At least.
And the thing that about it is, by that young man being so young, if he had gotten sufficient, we don't know, but if when you get sufficient amount of insurance, then you can take care of things like that.
Absolutely.
And that's